This is Immigration Attorney Parviz Malakouti, and in this video I'm going to go over expedite requests with USCIS. I'm going to go over, first of all, what exactly it is, secondly, who can qualify, and third of all, how exactly to make one. So before we go any further, I want to make sure I'm not talking about visas here, okay? We're talking about USCIS applications and petitions, okay? So if you have a visa, that means you're probably dealing with, or if you have a visa pending, you're probably dealing with Department of State, okay? For USCIS, we're talking about applications for adjustment of status, petitions for alien relatives, naturalization applications, and so on, okay? So first of all, what's an expedite request? It's pretty self-explanatory. It's basically asking USCIS to consider and make a decision on your application or petition faster than they would normally, okay? USCIS does not grant expedite requests for petitions or applications in which there's premium processing available, okay? So you wanna make sure that before you make an expedite request, that you're not doing it with one that had a premium processing available, okay? The other thing is USCIS, generally they say on their website that they don't grant expedite requests if you have to make the expedite request because you were late in filing the petition or application, okay? Now, assuming you pass those first two hurdles, how does USCIS determine whether they're going to make an expedite request? Basically, it comes down to showing that there's some sort of urgent humanitarian reason, okay? That there's some sort of reason that would be in the interest of the United States, okay? Or third, that there's some sort of severe financial loss to a company that would result if you're not expedited, if your application or petition is not expedited. Now, making a request for an expedite request is actually quite easy, okay? So really my philosophy is, as an attorney, if you're dealing with a case and you wanna make an expedite request, there's not much to lose, okay, if you have the time to go through it, because it doesn't cost anything financially, okay? So how do you make an expedite request? You call USCIS's number, it's an 800 number. I'm gonna put it below in the video description, okay? And usually you have to wait a long time to speak to somebody. Usually it could be anywhere between 30 minutes to maybe an hour, hour and a half or more. Once you get the USCIS, not adjudicator, but the customer service individual on the line, you wanna simply tell them, hey, I have this application or this petition pending, I wanna make an expedite request. And you give them the reasons that you want to make the request, or the reasons supporting your request. If you have multiple reasons, okay, let's say you want to make an expedite request, there's 3 reasons you think that support that request. 2 are really, really good. 1 is not really that strong of a reason. Focus and lead with the most important reasons when you're speaking to that individual on the line with USCIS, okay? Tell them why you want to make the expedite request, okay? Why you qualify for it. And the second thing is, if you have documents that are supporting your request, okay, make sure that you tell the person on the line with USCIS and make it crystal clear that you have documents and you want to submit those documents, okay? It's very important because usually at the outset, you're not given an opportunity to send those documents. The USCIS individual, the customer service, has to make the request and then you're contacted by them, okay, in order to ask you to email those documents. So make sure that you tip them off ahead of time and tell them that you have the documents. Now, what type of documents are we talking about here, okay? So for example, okay, if you have a situation where maybe there's family separation, okay, with one individual stuck in another country, you're stuck here, let's say it's maybe your wife stuck in another country, you have an I-130 pending, and let's say maybe your wife is suffering psychologically over there because of the separation, okay? Maybe your wife is going to a psychologist, maybe she's getting medication, or maybe, you know, she's seeing a therapist, etc., etc. If you have any documents to support that, okay, those issues she's dealing with, if it's anxiety, depression, or whatever, that's the type of document that could be used to support and help your USCIS expedite request, okay? So anyway, you're on the phone with the USCIS and the customer service. You basically tell them, again, leading with the most important reasons that you want the USCIS expedite request, okay? And tell them that you have documents, you want to submit documents if you do, and hopefully you do, okay? They hang up the phone, okay? They tell you somebody is gonna contact you from USCIS, okay? And either they're going to give you the results of your USCIS expedite request or they're going to request those documents, and then you hang tight. Usually you get contacted within 5 days of having made the initial call, the initial request via telephone. Usually you get contacted within 5 days. Okay, if you've told them you want to submit documents, you submit the documents in response to that request. Do it right away, don't delay. Okay, so if you get an email from USCIS saying, hey, in support of your expedite request, send us your documents, respond right away. Have those documents ready to go. Don't let more than a day or two pass by without submitting those documents in response. And then after that, you wait, okay? After you submit those documents, okay, if you've had documents that support your request, typically you're waiting for a couple days, okay, to find out from USCIS whether your application, your petition is going to be accepted for expedited review. Now, if you're fortunate and you have your application or petition accepted for expedited review, okay, just how expedited is it? Well, sometimes it can be very, very fast. Sometimes they'll send you an email that says we'll have a decision on your petition or your application within 30 days or within 45 days. So unfortunately, it's not always super fast, even if you're granted expedited review. Now, obviously, that's not the same in every case. If you have a situation where there's a hard deadline, for example, if this date passes without a decision on this, then that's going to trigger some terrible event. If you have something like that, a situation like that, sometimes USCIS is going to make that, is going to accept your request for expedited review and make the decision by that time. It just depends. It's a case-by-case type of situation. Anyway, I hope that helps. Make sure you check the video description below. I'm going to have the telephone number to USCIS as well as references to other links that you could possibly follow that might be able to help you if you are in a situation where you're thinking about making an expedited request. Anyway, that's it. Hope that helps.